If you're wanting to open up your spiritual skill sets or maybe sharpen and polish the abilities that you already know you have, you're going to want to watch this video. So part of why we get blocked from our skill sets, or why sometimes it can be difficult to access them, is because we get stuck in a logical mindset. So this exercise I'm going to show you bypasses that and goes right into the subconscious, because it forces the brain to think and not rely on what we already know through daily programming. Now, the exercise is to write with your non-dominant hand. Now, depending on how unable you are to use this hand for writing, start out with like scribbling, making lines, just kind of doodle and get used to how you hold the pen. Now, your brain and your hand are going to fight each other, because when you're using your non-dominant hand, you're accessing parts of your brain that you haven't really had to access because you don't use this hand. But it's also opening up the subconscious, and it's bypassing logic, like you are forcing your brain to think. And as you do this and you get more used to using your non-dominant hand, then you can do these exercises that I'm going to talk about. So the first exercise is write a word with your right hand. I recommend using a word of something you want to manifest. Love, abundance, positivity, joy, all positive words, because you want to ingrain that in your mind. Then you trace those words with the non-dominant hand. And once you get used to being able to write with your non-dominant hand, then you can go into shapes. And the reason you're doing the shapes is because you're now accessing the energetic frequencies of sacred geometry. Now, with those sacred geometric shapes, as you're writing them with your non-dominant hand, not only are you forcing your mind to think, but that's giving you access to the subconscious. And through drawing those sacred geometric shapes, well, in the mind of the subconscious, you're accessing the energetic frequency that resonates with each of those geometric shapes. My personal favorite shape to start with is the spiral, because you're just doing this. But the spiral is a very powerful, very historic sacred geometric shape. Spirals are everywhere. Look in nature, they're in trees, in the bark. DNA is a spiral. It's a very powerful energetic shape. So the thing is, with doing this, you're retraining your brain overall. It gives you access to spiritual abilities because you're slowing down your brain. So if you have ADHD and you have issues with being hyper responsive in your brain, this helps because it forces your brain to slow down, and it forces it to focus and think on one thing at a time. It's a very healthy exercise to do, both for brain health, physically, emotional health, but it's also amazing for spiritual development and your skill set.